Welcome to the journey. I'm Nathan, and this is the Modern Bushido Project.
All right, let's get into Big Rocks Part 2, Outside Time. But quick, let's do a review on Part 1. We were talking about digestion. The game plan for that was to chew 25 times each bite, look at some kind of prebiotic like Natural Stacks, gut health, or Antranol before a big meal. And then the third step was try the whole 30. Outside time. So we've got a couple different components. First one, let's look at light. Both sunrise, sunset, outside time, getting out in the sun. First component of that is vitamin D. I like to shoot for about 4,000 IU of vitamin D per day from the sun. Not from a supplement, but from the sun. I use an app called D-Minder, and that is how I track that. So I think right about there somewhere. It's going to vary by individual depending on your skin tone and whatnot, but somewhere around there is probably about right. Next thing, when it comes to sunrise and sunset, by being able to see that through your eyes as often as possible is going to help your circadian rhythm. So if you're having issues sleeping, things like that, your circadian rhythm will get more stabilized by sunrise and sunset. The other thing is outside time, exposure. So a lot of guys in the military say, you know what, I sleep so much better out in the field. Why is that? I don't know if we really know. But there's another component that we've seen too, is something called what I term field ketosis. Guys will just be in a state of optimum performance while eating very little food, but yet they can sustain higher level output. So I've kind of coined that as field ketosis, where you just switch very quickly to being able to operate with less fuel. So why do people sleep better in the field? Why does outside time feel good? Why does it make things better? I think there's a couple different components to that. Possibly grounding. So we've heard about grounding for the last couple of years. Not a whole lot of solid, high confidence science on that, but maybe that's something there. There's probably something to do with the electrical fields and all that. Humans are electrical, so yeah, there's probably something there. Same with the ocean. Why does the ocean tend to soothe people? And again, you got these negative ions coming from the water and all that kind of good stuff. The other thing we're looking at, you have less light, noise, air, and general pollution. So you got dark skies. You've got, as cars driving by me, less noise from the city. The air pollution tends to be less out into nature. You've got just less general pollution. There's a robin just chilling out on a rock. Like, you see wildlife. So that's something that can kind of rebalance you. Less EMF exposure, so all the electromagnetic fields. You're going to have less of that out in nature. Plants and vegetation. They're probably going to be producing a lot more oxygen than what you would normally receive in the city. So with them producing oxygen, you're going to be in a higher oxygen environment, even if you're at altitude. All right, so some action steps that we can take to really optimize the outside time. First thing first is to get your eyes and skin as naked as possible for as long as is safe for your skin type. So when I talk about tracking vitamin D, I try to go as naked as possible. Basically, I'm generally just wearing a pair of shorts, so that's it. Walk outside for at least 20 minutes per day, rain or shine. So even if you can't get that vitamin D, just get outside, preferably not near a major road, not near a lot of city type stuff. You want to try and actually get out into nature. So hiking is probably more preferable than just walking in the city, but whichever you can get, try and get 20 plus minutes a day. Next one is go camping or to the beach monthly or more frequently. So as you can see, I'm here in Yosemite National Park. And so I try to do some type of trip either within my home state of Colorado or outside, where I'm outside a lot. Yesterday I did about 5.5 hours of hiking, got in over a dozen miles at some point and hiked, not quite as hell capped over there, but pretty close. We got up pretty high, I think, from base to the height. I don't know exactly the foot elevation gain. I think it was 2,000 feet, something like that. So you're going a little bit slower at elevation, and as you're going up, steep inclines, but just try and get that outside time. So again, we're looking at Big Rocks Part 2. Action steps: get outside with your eyes and skin as naked as possible for as long as safe. Walk outside for 20 plus minutes. Go camping on the beach, or camping or the beach, or you can go camping on the beach, either one, at least every month or more. And next one in part 3, we're going to get into floativities, or as we also call it, flow activities. So this is Nathan, signing off.